Heart and soul of Central Florida. The views and opinions of the following program is not necessarily those of WOKB, staff, and management of Unity Broadcasting.
Welcome to RealEstateCentralFlorida.com with Harry and Jaslyn Bing of Bing Home Advisory Group and Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, your radio realtor.
Good morning, Central Florida, and welcome once again to RealEstateCentralFlorida.com, where we come to educate, encourage, and enlighten you about real estate. I don't know where that came from. Okay, it just happened to just pop out there. You know, I'm a country boy from Plant City, so that ain't even part of my repertoire. Hey, good morning, Glenn.
Hey Harry, how you feeling this morning? I was wondering who that was.
But don't forget, people, we are the home of the guaranteed sale program. We will guarantee to sell your home at a price 100% acceptable to you, or we will buy it or pay the difference in cash, people. And that is an amazing program, and sellers all across Central Florida are taking advantage of the guaranteed sale program, folks. Hey, so give us a call at 407-654-2626. That's 407-654-2626, and take advantage of our guaranteed sale program if you are thinking about selling a house.
Man, Harry, this is a great question. They can always send you guys questions to the website. This question says, I need to sell a home that's in a bad neighborhood. That's a real good question.
Well, you know what? A bad location, first of all, I want to say this right here. It's always relative.
Okay.
It's always relative. You know, it goes back to the saying how they used to talk about, I complained about my shoes until I saw a man with no shoes.
No feet.
No feet.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And so a bad neighborhood is always relative. So what you want to do is, first of all, you want to make sure you work with the right agent, because if you pick the wrong agent, you're going to have trouble on your hand when you got a bad neighborhood. By that I mean, for instance, you get somebody who's used to working out in Lake Nona, and you expect them to be able to sell over in Pine Hills. Okay, yeah, eventually the house will sell, but you're going to miss out on getting top market dollar because they're not going to know how to target the correct individuals. You see what I mean? They're not going to know how to get the funnel full at the top so that you can have more offers coming in on that. So number one is picking the right agent, because say, let's for instance, like if you're selling a house in certain areas, I already have buyers available for houses in certain areas. I already have buyers that want to buy a house in Ocoee. I already have buyers that want to buy a house in Pine Hills. I already have buyers that want to buy in select location. And by keeping that library, that portfolio of buyers available, it can help you. Number two, you got to know your audience. You know, if you're close to a school, then a retired couple might not want that because it's too noisy. But guess who would like being close to a school? A couple that's planning on having kids in the next couple of years. They would love being close to a school, you know? So you have to know your audience. If you're on a busy road, then some people might say, no, I don't want to be on a busy road. Other people say, oh, man, that means I'm close to where I need to get to. I'm close to amenities that I need. Another thing you want to do if you're trying to sell a house in a bad location is focus on curb appeal. Don't worry about how raggedy the houses are around you, how depressed they look. Make your house look great. Make your house be the most beautiful house on the block. Clean up your home's exterior, because that's something you have complete control. You might even want to volunteer to help out your neighbor's yard a little bit. I remember we were selling a house down in Deltona a couple of years ago, and this man had a decent house. We decided to do some landscaping to make it beautiful, but his neighbors, they really didn't care too much about cutting the grass. You know, they were like those kind of people that doing during the water season, during summer when everything is growing fast, they might cut their grass once a month. So I say, okay, we're going to cut their grass. When we got ready to put the house up on the market, not only did I have the landscaping people come in and clean up my guy's yard, I had them to go next door and take care of the neighbor's yard as well. Because why? That's important when it comes to curb appeal. Another thing that I want to tell you to do if you got a house that's in a quote-unquote bad location is be realistic on the price. You know it's in a bad neighborhood. Why you want to price it like it's in a fantastic, great neighborhood with all of the amenities close by, all of the upgrades done to the house? No, it's not like that right there. So be realistic in your price. Price it accordingly. Price what buyers are willing to pay for a premium in that location. And you can figure that out, or your realtor can figure that out for you. But it's better to start out with the right price rather than pricing it too low or pricing it too high and then having to drop the price on it. So it's always best to start out with the right price on it. And the final thing you want to do is maybe upgrade your home's interior just a little bit. Don't go overboard with it. But you do want it to, first of all, be clean. You don't want it nasty on the inside. Then you figure out where do you want to go from there to go ahead and move the step up. Do you want it to have a move-in quality where all they got to do is back up the truck? It's a U-Haul special. Or do you want to have it prepped? So all they got to do is come in and paint it their colors they want, replace the flooring, and move in. So you have to figure out what stage of that process do you want that house to be when you're trying to sell that home in a bad neighborhood, because you got to balance out your expenses versus what is that going to generate from you. But, housing is like this. Does not matter where it's located, somebody wants it. Doesn't matter where it's located, somebody wants it. It's just finding the right person. You see what I mean? That's like you couldn't, for instance, like if you tried to give me a house in Paisley, first thing I'm going to do is just sell it. I don't have a desire to stay in Paisley, okay? That's too close to the Ocala Forest. I don't like the idea of having bears and stuff in my backyard every day, okay? So I'm going to say, so it's always relative. And as long as you remember that, you might think that house is in a bad location. But a good agent can locate the person who's going to think that house is in a good location.
All right.
And that's going to make the difference.
All right, you got another question that says, I'm thinking of renting a home out that I inherited. What advice do you have about a house that I want to rent out that I inherited?
Well, we come across this. We actually refer people out to probate. And what we advise them to do is to have a consult with us and put all of the information on the table so that they can figure out best informed people make best decisions. See, the best informed people make the best decisions. So when you decide you want to become a landlord, first thing you got to do is you got to think about landlord insurance. So that insurance is going to be more expensive as a landlord than the insurance is going to be if you're staying in the house. Then you got to think about liability, okay? Because you don't know who's going to be over at the house, who they're going to have at the house. Think about it. They can have a party at their house, somebody get drunk, trip on the sidewalk, and then you wind up getting sued. See? So you have to think about landlord insurance. You got to think about liability. You got to think about maintenance and repairs. There are certain aspects of it you're going to be responsible for maintaining: the roof, the air conditioning. Are they going to be changing out the filter every month? Are they going to be concerned about that? No, it's not their air conditioner. They're not going to be concerned about it. They're going to just run it, and when it breaks down, guess who they're going to dial? You, the landlord. Then you got to worry about when it's vacancy. How long is it going to take you to fill it to get another tenant in there? Do you have resources to all of the repair specialists that you need? Do you have access to a plumber, an AC, an electrical person, a roofer? Do you have that camaraderie of all those experts that you're going to need to keep that property properly maintained when you got a clogged toilet. And they calling you and they got company coming to town and the toilet's clogged, but they clogged it, but it's your problem. Okay? And so you got to handle that. And then vacancies. You know, if you have a vacancy, somebody moves out, and then you got to go in and spend money to get the house fixed again, but you're not getting any rent. So every time you have a vacancy, you can count on 2 months. You're going to lose 2 months rent. But you're also going to be spending money during that time. So you have to ask yourself, is it really worth it? Then you're going to have taxes. The taxes are going to go up on the property. Did you hear me, people? If you inherit a piece of property, the taxes are going to go up. Why? The person who stayed there before likely had homestead if they were the resident of that house. But now that homestead deduction is going to go away, so them taxes are going to immediately go up $600 the first year. And then the next year is going to take a huge leap because now they're going to be doing a new evaluation on it, and it no longer had a protection of the homestead to keep that value suppressed. Then you got marketing, administration, legal fees. So is renting a house out a great way to go? Yeah, if you have the mindset of being a landlord. If you plan on having multiple properties, then I would tell that person, if you plan on having multiple properties, I would say go for it. But if it's the only one you're going to have, I'd say sell it. I'd say give us a call at 407-654-2626. Let us come over, visit the property, and let's get a plan in place to go ahead and sell it. But if you're going to have multiple properties and your mindset is this is going to be the first of many rental properties I'm going to have, then you need to prepare, but you need to be informed so that you can do a great job of being a landlord.
Man, last question for this morning, Harry. What mistakes should I avoid when getting a mortgage?
Oh, man. You know what's the most common mistake that I see is people not shopping around. You know, that's like they bank at Chase, they bank at Wells Fargo, they bank at Bank of America. Oh, I got my bank already.
So I can shop around for a mortgage?
Yeah, you need to shop around for a mortgage. You need to shop around for a mortgage because it's going to be to your advantage to shop around for a mortgage, because just because they're your bank, you know, that doesn't mean that they're going to have the best rates. That don't mean they're going to have the best program. See, one of the reasons you shop around is not just for rates. People think about rates. But there are a lot of different nuances to getting a mortgage other than rates. You have some programs that make it easier for you to pay off the mortgage quicker. You have some programs where you can do additional payments online. Other lenders might require you to mail that in as a separate check. You see what I mean? So you have those type of things. So number one mistake is not shopping around. Okay? Number two is not seeking expert advice. Okay? We track so many different lenders. It's just like I had a telephone consult this week. The lady said, well, I'm thinking about going to my bank. I said, no, let's talk. Tell me what you're trying to do. Tell me where you are. What's your credit score? What's your income? How much cash you working with? I said, okay, you need to go to one of these two lenders right here because they have the program that's going to help you to be able to purchase a house with your present situation. Your bank doesn't do this program. Your bank doesn't do any of these two programs that can help you. Another big mistake people make is not checking your credit score, not wanting anybody to check your credit score. When you're getting it on Credit Karma, Capital One, Discover, those are consumer-based scores. They give you a good estimate. They tell you what area, what direction you're heading, but you need a precise score from at least one lender. Once you have that one credit score from that one lender, you take that, you hold on to that, and that's what you shop with, people. So once you speak to the first lender, he said, hey, your mid score is a 710, then all you need to do is tell every other lender. I go to Bank A, hey, my mid score is a 710. Hey, go to the next bank, my mid score is a 17. Everybody can pre-qualify you from that point without pulling your credit. Okay? Hey, this is Harry Bing, your radio realtor, encouraging and educating and enlightening you about home ownership here in Central Florida. Any questions about real estate? Hey, give us a call at 407-654-2626. We're here to serve.
Each and every Friday at 7:45, Harry Bing and Jaslyn Bing of the Bing Team power Get Up Mornings with Erica Campbell right here on Inspiration 1680 WOKB and FM 100.7. Hit Harry up here at the station. He'll be here for a little while, 407-894-1680, 407-894-1680. But tune in next week for more and get on the road to home ownership with your home sold guaranteed realty, your radio realtor.